Hello, I'm John Lamb with the Arapahoe County Republican Party. Today we're bringing you the first of our new video series about the Republican Party, its history, and how you can participate. Our first presentation is about caucus. So let's get started by defining some terms. What is a precinct? Well, a precinct is the smallest geographic division of our county. A precinct is basically a neighborhood and is truly the grassroots of the American political system. A precinct was first described by Abraham Lincoln. Each precinct is composed of neighborhood-sized areas of approximately 700 to 1,500 total voters of all parties. Precincts are formed as stipulated by the Arapahoe County Commissioners. There are over 400 precincts, actually 409 precincts in Arapahoe County. Each precinct has up to 2 elected precinct leaders or precinct committee people who are largely responsible for representing their neighborhood's interest in their political party. So there's another term we need to define, and that's caucus. Precinct caucuses are meetings of registered voters within a precinct who are members of a major political party. The different parties conduct their own caucuses. The purpose of a precinct caucus is to elect precinct leaders and to elect delegates to attend the county and higher assemblies. Volunteers are called for as well. Petitions and resolutions may also be brought forward to be voted upon, and if approved, move forward to the county assembly. Caucuses are prescribed by state law to be held each general election year, which is even numbered. The caucuses are to be held the first week of March. Only registered members of the party who are attending the caucus for their neighborhoods may vote. Guests may attend, but they may not vote, nor may they submit resolutions. There is no pre-registration for caucus. The only requirement is to have become a registered member of the party at least 22 days prior to the precinct caucus. Hey, there's another term that I used. Let's talk about that. Assemblies. Assemblies are meetings very similar to precinct caucus, but they encompass a larger area. There are assemblies at the county and state level. Also, there are district assemblies for state house, state senate, judicial, which is for district attorney, U.S. congressional, which not only includes the federal Congress, but also the State Board of Education and the University of Colorado Regents. The delegates who attend the county assembly also attend the district and state assemblies, in which the candidates are chosen by the delegates to represent their political party. Petitions and resolutions, if approved at each level, are moved to the next higher assembly. There are a total of 6 assemblies. Oops, we've used a term that we haven't defined, so let's back up and define delegates. Delegates are the elected members of the precinct that are sent to the county assembly and district assemblies. From those present at the county assembly, delegates are ratified to attend the state assembly. If it is a presidential election year, a national convention is held, and delegates to the national convention are elected at the state assembly that was held that year. At whatever level, district, county, state, national, the job of a delegate is to place into nomination a candidate for office, as well as to vote at the assembly or convention for the various political candidates so their names may be placed upon the primary ballot. Delegates may be pledged to a particular candidate or to exercise their best judgment in determining the best candidate to go forward to the primary election, where all the members of their party and all unaffiliated voters will be able to vote their preference for candidates to run in the general election against the candidates of other political parties. So how does a caucus happen? Well, 21 days before the caucus, voter lists are finalized by the county clerk and sent to the parties. The precinct leaders notify the members of their party. Notice is posted in advance at each chosen location, which has to be compliant with the American with Disabilities Act, so that all may attend the caucus regardless of any disabilities. This year, in 2022, there are 26 caucus locations. At the caucus, Eligible voters are checked in by comparing their names to the voter rolls and then welcomed. If caucuses for multiple precincts are being held together, each precinct has a specific meeting area within the building. As a courtesy, there may be a familiarization training for all attendees before the caucus officially gets underway. The caucus is called to order and the Pledge of Allegiance is recited. Officers of the meeting, that is a chairman, secretary, teller committee, and treasurer are announced. Those who wish to become precinct leaders stand for election. A maximum of 2 precinct leaders are elected for each precinct. Those who wish to attend the county and higher assemblies stand for election. The number of delegates for each precinct is determined by a formula relating the percentage of total voters in the precinct to those who voted in the last general election. After the elections are completed, volunteers are sought for poll watching, election judges, as well as volunteers to assist the precinct leaders, such as block leaders, who may be responsible for working with their close neighbors. These are very important roles. Poll watchers look for irregularities, like electioneering within 100 feet of the polling locations, which are called voter service centers. There are different types of duties for election judges, which may include opening drop boxes and transporting the sealed ballots, opening envelopes, signature verification, and others. These positions may be for a few days or even for 2 months. The county clerk pays each judge an hourly wage. We also need door knockers to talk to neighbors about issues that are important to each individual, as well as to conduct polls that may be given to them. This information is given to individual candidates to determine the issues that are important at the neighborhood level, as well as to distribute campaign literature and inform voters about each candidate. After all has been completed, the caucus is adjourned or ended. And I want to take the time now to thank you so very much for watching our first installment of our videos. Thank you.